I think it's too weak. Oh, we're gonna go live when I'm singing. I can't do it. This is Grandmaster Simon Ra. I'm not in the dark. It's just the light in the hotel room is the fluorescent bulb, and the line is crap. The line, fifth floor of the hotel. So I don't want to bore people with this one. Connections, man. I'm gonna have to delete this video. Deron Tate and Kevin Tucker for the African super chat you guys sent me, and I have to repeat. Deron and Kevin, appreciate you guys sending the super chat. You know your money when you send like the $20, it's like $200 here. So when we get that message, I'm like, wow, And I live like an and it's going directly towards what we're doing today. Today you were at Kenyatta University, one of the most prestigious schools, and so yeah, they're set up like and uh, it's a huge campus. I think 7,000 students uh, live in the dorms in the campus, and you know things have changed since the last time I was there. Really, I mean the administration block is like 9 stories tall. Looking like the UN building. It's amazing the transformation that has gone through. But anyway, previous video, I was had an opportunity to speak to the young students. These are the best and the brightest in the country, and they'll be running this country 10 years from now. And they've chosen Kempo as their martial art, and they want to better themselves through the martial arts, and they wanted me to come out and speak to them, which I did on television next Monday, I think Monday. And stay tuned for that. If I can get a copy of it, I'll definitely post it. How to win in the market. Many of us come to Africa and we try to go to the local market and we become intimidated because one, we don't speak the language. Two, they don't put price tags on the goddamn items, the food and everything. And then when we try to ask them what the price of things are, they hear that accent and they're ready. They're ready to start high, and you're gonna have to reduce them down. So I'm gonna have to do this later on, maybe in the morning when the sun is out. But I just wanted to come on and say, you don't have to be intimidated. Once you learn the process of how Africa is, understand the culture of Africa in the marketplace, or when you're buying something from somebody that's selling something in a small shop or a little venue, or even on the street. When it comes to buying things in Africa, there's nothing like signs that tell you the price of things there. It's simply bargaining. And if you play your cards right, you can bargain greatly and have a power that you control. You power stories where somebody goes out and goes out in Africa and tell you it's because of your accent. They want so it's because of your accent. It's because of you how you dress that an African seller will look at when he's going to give out the price. And it's not just because you're a foreigner. They know that foreigners will complain if things are found too high, so they're ready for that. But um, I wanted the show to be about that. I'll give you some scenarios and then tell you what to do. But the most important thing is that know that Africa is bargaining. When you go out on the street and deal with African traders, you're going to bargain. This is just part of it. High people that are, they're on the ground selling fruits and vegetables, but they really know the game. They really know how to suck you dry. So if you allow them to get away with it, and then some of the items that they want to sell you, um, they can even go up and double in price if you allow it. So don't make me have to work that much harder when I go to the market. Learn these principles that I'm going to give you probably in the next video, and use them when you go out and bargain. Take, for instance, you go and you want to buy 4 apples. Okay, you don't go up to the person and say, how much are your apples? Or you don't go up to the person and say, give me 4 apples. Then they put it in a bag for you. Then you go, how much is it? No. You look at the apples slowly. They're watching you watch the apples. They know that the apples is the target. They're already figuring out the bargaining mood. They're going to probably mark it up about 10 to 20%. So an apple that will cost you 25 cents, 25 cents, they're going to start off at 40 bob or 40 cents. And then you have to be able to say what? That's very high for the apples. I just bought apples the other day. It was 25, not 40. Why is this? And they'll say, okay, that's wrong. That's the wrong way to bargain. Okay, it's a process. We're talking about their apples that are in front of you, not the apples from yesterday or the day after. So now, when you talk like that, many traders will just lock their price at 40 and say, pay 40 or go to the next vendor. And that's not how it's supposed to be. What you're supposed to do is bargain. So you pick up one apple, they tell you 40 bob, then you say 40 shillings, 40 cents, and then you say, if I buy 4 of them, can I have it at, what's that? 112. And 112, 120. And then they now see that, okay, it was only they sell the apple for 30 each. And they may have went to the 20, but 30 they'll say, okay, fine. Now that's where I usually go right there. I try to make it a win-win situation, But sometimes you want to bargain down to 20 shillings. How would you go about that? Well, you have to, first of all, dilly-dally. When they give you the price, you look down the road and see somebody selling apples, and you hesitate, you look around, and then you say something in the order of, I want 4 apples, but I only have 30 shillings. That's at 15 shillings an apple. How about that? And then they'll be like, what? 15? I'm telling you 40 and you're saying 15? And then you tell them, okay, all I have is this much money, but I need 4 apples. What can we do? Now, of course, he's going to bargain. He's going to tell you, okay, we can give it to you at 25. Now, you want the goal to be 20. So you can say, if I buy 4 apples, I use my rent money to pay 20, 20, 20, 20. That's what I can do. Or you can even just give them 80 cents for 4 apples at 20 shillings, and then see if they'll accept it. Now, sometimes they'll accept that if you've got, if you have like the exact change, but you don't bargain telling them you only have 20 cents per apple, and then you pay with a 500 shilling note, a 500, a $50 note. That's insulting. So you have to be all prepared when you're going to go bargain like that. And I want to go through it step by step. What to look for, how to dress, when you go to the market and you know you're going to be buying things, who to take with you. If you go by yourself, how to get along. When you walk in and you're a stranger, and if you're looking like a foreigner, all eyes are seeing you. Now they gonna all know who you. They say, "Hey, there's a stranger." And there's going to be people that are going to be staring at you and watching you. But it's not a big deal. That's just the way it is in Africa. Many people don't in the marketplace don't have much to do, and the person that's selling is not really going to have the time to look up and watch you. You know, so strangers may look at you, but when you get to the vendor, that vendor is going to take that quick moment to size you up, and then listen to what you want to buy, listen to your accent, and then they may start bargaining, or they might just give you the cheap price. You know, you can just see like that. But definitely, you must go with the mindset of I'm going to go bargain. They're not going to have the written numbers of the prices and stuff like that unless it's a serious special, and they don't want to talk. I've been seeing that lately. Like I seen a sign that said 3.25, and it was hung over the tomatoes, which means 3 tomatoes for 25, 25 shillings, which is a good deal. So they might want to do a quick sale, get rid of a lot of tomatoes. So when you see that sale, you got to look at the quality of the product also, because they can say that, and then the tomatoes will all be almost they might not be the ripest tomatoes, or they might be really bruised. So there's a lot of things to consider when you're going into the marketplace or when you're dealing with someone. Now, me, I like to look around, make my eyes roll over different type of products so they can't know which product I'm a target. I don't like stare at the tomatoes and then go grab the tomato. I'll look at tomatoes, I'll glance over here, So the vendor, he'll get tired. Now I'll pick up a banana, look at it. Even though I don't want a banana, I'll look at the banana and put it down. So you're kind of confusing them. So they want you to just hurry up and figure out what you want. Start the bargaining process. So you go and you now go to the tomatoes and say, like there's something special. And they say, how much are the tomatoes? Gapi, nyanya gapi. Then it's like this much money. Now I find that once I take the time to look around all different things, and I ask them the price, they think I'm gonna buy multiple things. So they don't want to overcharge me at the first item I ask for. Not realizing that that's the only item I'm going to pick up. I'm going to buy it. So they'll give you the low price. You put it. So they say, fine. Then you take it and you put your bag in and you pay for it. They're like, oh, you don't want bananas? No, I don't want no goddamn bananas. What you think? But, so that's technique that you use. Now, sometimes, like Black Americans, we're tired. We don't want to go through all that process. Show me the price. I pay the price and I go home. All right. It goes a bit different. It goes a bit different in Africa. So you just have to be prepared for it. And, it's a fun process at the end of the day. Remember, it's not that much money difference when you talk about, simple off the street shopping anyway. So let's see. Kevin Shelby, my retirement pension would be $5,000 US. How can I live in Kenya off of this? Okay, you can't see me that well, but you can hear me, right? So you'd be spending way too much money. I would say I would take about 1,500 of that money, 1,500 of that money, and then save the rest, and then invest the rest. In other businesses. But you can live very comfortably off $1,500, even $500 a month. So if you're out there, you're listening to this, definitely you don't have to worry about going to the market and dealing with sellers. You'll hire a beautiful house girl who will do your shopping for you, and you just come home and there the food is on the table. So that's what it affords you. And this issue about having a house girl or a house boy or a shamba boy is something that is not a concept that we believe in the United States, especially black people. We just feel like now I got a servant, and that's the one thing I was fighting slavery. Now here I am. I've got one. You got to get out that mentality. Slavery in the United States is unique where they don't pay you. You're paying this person, so they're like your employee, and you pay them to take care of the house, keep the house clean. You have your little rule book. You explain to them, and keep the kitchen clean. Mop the floors every day, or vacuum the floors every day, or wash the walls once a month, and then they'll follow through, and then you pay them. And a lot of times, what some Africans do, they overwork the girls, and then they don't pay them properly, and then these girls tend to run away from bad employees. But if you got money, you can pay them well, and then give them time off. Like some Africans, they get house girls, they don't give them a day off, so the kids go for like a month, and then they're tired. They just disappear. They just can't take it. They need a break, and that's why I always say, give them days off. Clear set days off. Maybe go out. They leave on Friday or Saturday, and they come back on Monday morning at 6. Like that, once every week or even once every 2 weeks. Because most don't see like they should get a day off, except once in a while. But if you give them set days, they'll last a lot longer. Like we've been having our house girl for, I don't know, seemed like forever, and she's seen us have 2 kids since she's been there. I think, one kid, and the one before that we had like forever, and we had really one kid, and then we had we had no kids. Then when we had kids, she wasn't that really good with kids, so she left because she was small, and then she wasn't able to deal with kids. Now today she got her own kids. So anyway, it's like that. That's just a normal thing, especially when you have a growing family or you have a lot of responsibilities. It's just a great feeling, the way we've been treated in the United States, to have somebody that's washing your clothes, cooking your meals for you. You can live like a king. So Kevin Shelby, I hope you heard me what I'm saying. It is absolutely ridiculous to stay in the United States if you got a retirement package that's above $1,000. It's completely, utterly no reason. Then if you live in the East Coast or like Florida, man, with all of the bad weather that's there, every never been in an earthquake. Trust me, you might rather have tornadoes because they can tell you tornadoes coming and you can be prepared for it. But shoot, when an earthquake hit, it's just like boom. Then you just done. If you have to sit there and wait and hope there's not 8 point something on the Richter scale. Your help, especially if you're indoors. If you run outside, that's it. Live off $1,500 a month in Los Angeles. Anyone here needs to hear what you're saying. I'm saying it again. That's for you. I'm gonna tell you again. If you're making $1,000 more or up, that money that's coming to your bank account in the United States, and you pay rent, you're in the wrong place. You need to be here. There's a sister. She's in her 70s, a retired school teacher from, I don't know, was it Fullerton or Torrance? And she got a car. She got a 2-bedroom apartment, and living large, and just off her little small teacher's pension. And she said herself she'd have to live with family members on that salary if she was living in the U.S. But she's here, got a washing machine, dry. I mean, she got very nice. She got a house girl that comes every, I think, week or something like that. Does that, clean the whole house for her. She doesn't have a live-in house girl yet. I keep telling her to do that so she can form a relationship, because she's 70. You know, she gets older and slows down. She needs somebody to be around her all times. And this is another thing. There's nothing like old folks home. So if you got that kind of money, you're really wasting it in the United States for nothing. Because all those amenities you can have here plus more. And Francesca, she lives down the street from the mall. So she can just walk to the mall. Then there's another mall after that mall across the road. I mean, giant shopping center. So she can have a great time. Now, I did a video with her. So if you look around to my videos, you'll find one there visiting Francesca. That video is from a 70-year-old retired woman. And you can see her apartment and gauge yourself, because I think she's only making less than $1,000 between her pension and her Social Security money. She opted out at 61 to get her money early, and so she got less of it, but she's happy. You know what I mean? So definitely I'll be doing that too. So you may see me in the U.S., but I'll just go to the Social Security office and I'll get back on the plane and go back to Kenya. But yeah, you take your money in your bank, you have a major credit card, and then every day you can withdraw. I think it's $800. I mean $80 or $200, something like that. I don't know what she was telling me, but you have a limit on how much you can pull out for the card. But I mean, that means you go back 1 week to get half of the money and go back another week. But each day, it has to be you have a limit that you can pull out. So your money's in your bank in the U.S. and you go to the ATM machine here, and you just withdraw money. Now Kenya is a tourist country. So foreigners are always here doing that, getting money from ready tellers. You know I'm old. From the teller machines, and then you can have bank transfers, but she tells me that they charge a lot for that. It's a bit safer, but it's just a charge that counts. But yeah, definitely, it's a lot easier for you to live in Kenya. You come to Mombasa, and if you don't see what I'm telling you, I'll pay your ticket back. I can say that on live on the air. If you come here and take like 10 days or 2 weeks or even a month to check out this place, you wouldn't. If you decide, it's too many. I don't know. Well, I can't even make up something to say bad about. Or you can say it's too many black people, because everybody's black. That's the beauty of it. And the people are respectful, and the young people take care of the seniors. It's just part of their makeup. Everywhere I go, I get respect, because of the gray hair. And if somebody they'll make sure I have a chair. The little small things you won't think about at first, but then you realize, damn, they could have did that at home. Let's say they were serving food, and there's a long, the serving table is over there, and you're sitting here. Someone will come to you and say, "Let me get your food for you, sir." And they'll just, out of just the goodness of their heart, and as a senior, you just have to sit back and take it, because I know one day I'll be too old to even be able to see well. And I'm gonna depend on somebody. Can you read this for me? Yes, no problem. And then they'll give me extra advice, like that. So in the United States, you in LA, you can't get that kind of treatment from young people. No way. You know what I mean? They bumping their horn, and you go, "Hey, get out the road! You old guy, you driving too slow." That kind of stuff. Nonsense. I know. So. Yeah, hook me up in the comment section if you have any more questions about how much it costs to live in the United States. If you're a senior citizen, if you're in your 61 and up, you're getting Social Security or a pension, you're in the wrong goddamn state. I've been living here for 40 years. What you want, a trophy? That shows you right there you need to move. You've been living in the same place for 40 years, 30 years, 10 years, 20 years. Got cats. What's going to happen to my cats? Man, you can get cats here. You know, one of my dog, I can't leave Fluffy, put Fluffy in a cage and put her on the bottom of the plane. When she get there, you take Fluffy out of the cage, and you and Fluffy can live in Africa. Fluffy would be a lot happier. I can see her now running around peeing on all the trees over there, and she'd be free because there ain't that many goddamn dogs in Africa. So she, you can have a great time. I can't miss my soap opera. Everything that's on TV in the U.S. is here. Netflix is here. YouTube is here. Now, me, I'm 61, and if you're 61, I know you ain't watching the new soap operas. You can go online and get the old ones like Days of Our Lives and General Hospital. You can rewatch the reruns of General Hospital. Luke and Laura. No, Luke. And yeah, I'm watching right now. Believe it or not, I'm watching The Rifleman. I must have watched about 80 episodes of the goddamn thing. I love it. The one with the man and the boy and his son, The Rifleman. And I never watched it when I was young. I didn't like it then, but now I'm an old man. I got my son. I'm raising my son. So I'm almost in tears. And before that series, I was watching Sea Hunt with Lloyd Bridges. This was, I watched it when I was young, but now I can have a better appreciation of the show for some reason. But I left that show. Now I'm doing Rifleman, and I'll do the Beverly Hillbillies, because I'm older. So I can watch it anytime, I can watch it anytime. I usually watch Rifleman when I'm eating my dinner. So these kind of things, you won't miss any of that when you come to Africa. And you'll gain all the more. Fresh air, good weather all year round. The beach is there. I just see these old white people, they coming all the way from Europe to come walk on the beach in their underwear. Grossly, with the hairy bodies and everything. And I don't have nothing against white people, but I'm just saying, you see some of these foreigners and they be like, man, why that guy in his, just a swimming trunk, and just walking along because the weather's so wonderful. You don't realize it in Africa. So he says, it's a big thrill for him to be able to walk outside in his underwear and walk along the beach. He don't care about all these Africans. He know nothing ain't going to happen to him. You know what I mean? So he's just absorbing all that. He's paying all that big money to come to Africa, and you could come here and live and be happy. Nobody gonna stare at you like they stare at Mzungus, at the white people. But even here, white people are this norm. You see them. That's what they do. They don't talk to you. They don't want to eye contact you. They just want to come along, walk along the beach like everybody else. With their people, usually they come in pairs or 2 or 3 of them, and then that's it. The rest of the millions of people in the beach is all black. I have to do videos showing that. I'm gonna do another one. Oh man, they try to make they do the moves. So yeah, I show those videos here to the Africans, and they ask me, how was that's the days when I was dancing like that, I played soul music, and you see, an African is not. They don't have the new generation that is not exposed to soul music because it's no longer there, really. But I play the oldies. You just see them for a minute there, they just listening to it. Then the next thing you know, that soul comes out of even the African, young boy. He's like, oh, he's trying to do something to it. He feel that rhythm, and don't think they don't have it. Okay, so. Check my WhatsApp. Oh man, O'Shea, let me see. Okay, it's coming. I'll check it. I don't see anything. Oh, wait a minute. African MMM page? Is that what you want me to see? No. Kevin Tucker? No. What else? Nothing else. I don't know why you want me to check my WhatsApp. I don't see anything yet. So, say Amara, Phil, and typing to you. Phil, I'm going to contact you, man. You should. I'm wanting to be contacting you, begging you to come and see me. You're a big man. I really respect you. Phil's in typing to trying to contact me on WhatsApp. Okay, yeah, it didn't reach me yet. So when he does, definitely. I'm in Nairobi right now, and I'll definitely be back in Mombasa on the 15th. I'm sure. But O'Shea, you and I, we have our thing, but I really appreciate you if you made some contact with him, with Phil on my behalf. If you talk shit about me, I'm gonna get you. Um, Morel, how are you, man? Molden, there you go, brother. How are you, man? Thanks for the super chat. I got you there. Appreciate it. Let me know what show prompted you to uh, you know, send in the support. And anything you need, I'm here. You got a friend in Africa now. And you see why my channel is still small. You guys that especially are doing the African super chat, I won't put it up today. You can see it in the comment section if you'd like to support the channel. But when you send that $20, it's a lot of money. And even me, I have to do something with this money because when the money is transferred to Africa, it's like it's a lot of money for me. I'm not a rich man, so the money is sitting there, and we're like, what can we do with this money? One is from New York, the other one is from I forgot, but we tried to do it this morning, but we couldn't coordinate. And when we tried to do it, we said we'd do it in the evening, but now I've come back from the event and I'm just too tired. So I've texted him and said, let's try it tomorrow on Sunday and see if we can all find a way to hook up. But these are the kind of things that we'll be able to do. Tag with me